Welcome to UKRadiators On Site, where we visit real homes to see what happens when quality radiators meet the reality of renovation. My name's Rob Nezard, founder and MD at UKRadiators.com, and over the last decade I've made and sold over 1 million home heating products, and now through a strategic partnership with Warmzilla, we're installing them too. In this episode, installer Gary is helping a customer upgrade the rads in their Victorian townhouse. This is Callum, our in-house videographer. Callum will be there on site, acting as my eyes and ears for the day, walking us through each step of these installations. So let's head over to site now and see how this one unfolds.
Today I'm in the middle of the hustle and bustle in our capital city, London. The job involves upgrading 8 radiators to our Alpha column radiators. It's a big project, and with newly laid wooden floors it's not going to be easy for Gary, as he won't be able to get underneath the floor to adjust the pipe work. But with 2 days to get it right, let's see how we get on. So first things first, Gary starts by draining down the system before adding on any new radiators. He connects the drain valve near the front door and using a hose lets the water run to the drains outside. This new wooden flooring looks fantastic, but does pose a challenge for Gary. All the pipework adjustments now have to be made above the floor. Precision is key here. Every measurement, every alignment needs to be spot on. The first couple of radiators go in without a hitch. Tidy pipework, good fixings, and the customer's happy with how it's looking so far. You'll notice every radiator has a set of feet. Well, when Rob and Gary first assessed the job, they realised the walls weren't quite as solid as expected. So rather than push ahead, they decided to delay the install slightly to make sure it was done properly, using radiator feet to take the weight instead of relying on the brackets alone. In homes like this, that decision can make all the difference. The feet carry most of the load, while the brackets just hold the radiator neatly against the wall. By the third radiator, the house started to show its age. The plaster looked fine, until it wasn't. It's moments like this that show why those radiator feet really matter. If the brackets alone were taking the weight, this could have been a major disaster. But thanks to the feet, it just needs a quick fix, so Gary fills in the holes to avoid any further problems. Radiator after radiator, they all fitted securely with no further surprises. These radiators are looking great, but it's important to note they can also be very heavy. Trust me, I know. So if you're not confident about lifting it, phone a friend and get a helping hand. It's not worth the risk. Just one slip and you're fixing the valves, or worse, you're back. With everything fitted, Gary moves on to filling and repressurising the system, using the valves located here underneath this specific boiler. He asked me to keep an eye on the pressure gauge while he went around checking for leaks. Gary recommends putting tissues underneath the pipework at each connection. It's a simple and easy way to spot even a small leak. And with that, he spots one, so shuts off the boiler, drains the system back down again, and with a little bit more solder, he has a perfect seal. Job's a good un. Once the system's pressurised and leak-free, Gary bleeds each radiator. This is an essential step for removing trapped air and making sure the rads heat evenly. All you need for this is a radiator key or a flathead screwdriver, some tissue or a rag, and a bowl to catch any drips. Just make sure your heating's off to avoid any accidents. Now, make a small quarter turn counterclockwise so the air can escape, and as soon as the water comes out, tighten it back up and move on to the next rad. Simple.
Hold up guys, let me just jump in here. This install's looking great, but there's one step that seems to have been forgotten, as often it is, and that's balancing the system. Even with modern pumps and boilers, if the system isn't balanced, the first radiators on the circuit can end up taking most of the heat, while other radiators that are further away stay cooler. Balancing is all about control, adjusting each radiator so the heat is distributed evenly throughout the home. It's a simple process that can make your system run more efficiently and save you money over time. If you want to learn more about balancing, you can check out our guide, link is in the description. Gary will be heading back to this job to properly balance the system.
And with all that, here are the finished results. These radiators are a perfect match for this traditional Victorian townhouse. No two installations are ever the same. Today Gary was up against fragile walls and brand new flooring, but through quick thinking and some creative fixes, he got it done. And that's the real world of heating installs. Every job teaches you something new, and that's what makes it rewarding.
And that's exactly what On-Site is all about. Seeing real installations in real homes, witnessing the challenges and learning the know-how to overcome them. Every property has its quirks, and that's why it's so important to understand not just the heating system, but how to work around the vintage charm of older properties. That said, the basics always matter. Strong fixings, properly sized radiators, and a balanced heating system. If you're looking to upgrade or just want to learn more about heating systems, check out our website at UKRadiators.com, where you'll find a range of products and all the advice you need to help you get started. We've got no idea what's going to happen in the next install, so if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon.